Welcome to Beacon of Creation, a weekly podcast on game design through the lens of Magic the Gathering. I'm Tim.
And I'm Khord.
This week we're hot off all the reveals about not only the Spider-Man set, but also the Through the Omenpaths set that kind of goes along with it. These are two sets with basically the same cards in them that are basically functionally identical, but not exactly. And one of the cool things that's part of that we're going to talk about this week is all the reflavoring they did. You know, they had to take Spider-Man and turn it into like a person who loves, going on balloon trips with their pet spider. You know, they had to take a bunch of Venoms and turn them into giant mouth creatures from a different dimension that eat people. What we're going to do here is to get a little situated by looking at some examples and learning from what Through the Omenpaths did. And then we're going to take some other Universes Beyond cards and try to flavor them into Magic. Pick a plane, pick a flavor, and just take that card and move it over into Magic.
Yeah.
One of the kind of basic things that they had to do was change names. The web swinging mechanic is different in Through the Omenpaths. What is it called there?
It's called in web.
In web.
So similar flavor, but not quite the same, probably to avoid copyright issues.
Yeah. That's a funny thing if that's a copy. Like, could web swinging be a copyrighted thing? I guess maybe so. And web really has that, like, I'm covering you in a web and stunning you. More so than web swinging, which could either mean that or like, hey, I'm flying around the city using these little strings that I come out of my hands. What do you think about in web?
Yeah, I think they could have gone for a lot more generic of a name. Like, I don't know, retract.
Hit the thesaurus a little bit to try to figure that out.
Yeah.
The other new mechanic is mayhem, but they could just bring mayhem straight over. Mayhem is like madness, but it works a little different. Like a card here, there was like this whole plot line in Spider-Man at one point where someone turned basically all the residents of New York into spider people. And so there's this red card in the Spider-Man set called Spider Islanders, which are all the people who have been turned into spiders. And the new card for that is called Sadistic String Puller, which is just as scary sounding, and it's got mayhem. It's maybe more scary sounding than the Spider Islanders. And they look to be like terrorizing a little group of people. There's something funny in the creature type for this.
Spider horror citizen. In this case, the spider horror is very clear, but on Spider Islanders, those are also the citizens. But on this card, the citizens are just also depicted as the things being
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe this art. String pulled by the spider.
Yeah, it looks more like the citizens are victims in the arena version than in the. I guess they're both victims in a way. No one wanted to get forced turned into a spider person, but they look more like food in the arena version, I guess.
Yeah.
The other big one, maybe the most complicated reflavoring for a couple reasons.
Yeah. So the other big one is in Spider-Man, the Soul Stone, but in Through the Omenpath, it's the Terminus of Return. The big change here, well, there's two changes. One is a change of name and symbol/word for a mechanic, and the other is a change in its type line from Legendary Artifact Infinity Stone to Legendary Artifact Terminus Stone.
And this is something that's been speculated about already with Universes Beyond, like there are the Astartes Warriors of Warhammer, this Time Lord and Doctor Who. Like if you wanted to reprint those, if you wanted to make those cards available again in paper, you either need to relicense with the original companies, which seems like not usually an option, or you need a different name. And they ripped off the Band-Aid here and said, yep, we're doing a different creature or a different card type. We're doing a different mechanic name.
Yeah, the thing interesting here, these cards are not in paper yet. They're only digital.
Yeah.
But there's definitely the possibility that in, say, 5 years when we're at our fifth Marvel set and they want to reprint all of the Infinity Stones for standard, but then they don't have the license,
Yeah.
They might reprint all the Terminus stones instead.
Yeah, and some modern masters or whatever they do in the future for those kinds of things. Um, they really need to take a stab at it with the Soulstone and that cycle specifically, because these are going to be really desirable cards, at least going by the first one, because it's like a cheap mana rock with like
Yeah,
a powerful ability. And so those are going to be $30 cards, probably $40 cards,
for
like the Soulstone.
I could see these showing up back again in like our next Commander product or Commander draft product once we have all of them.
Actually, will they get all 6 Infinity Stones into Standard at the same time? That would be pretty tight, like the a 3-year window.
3 years. If they do a Marvel set every year, they're not going to do it. But if they do two Marvel sets for the next 2 years,
2 next year, 2 the year after, and then 1 at the tail end, and then they're in Standard for a moment together.
I'm sure they will just reprint all of them in whatever set has the Infinity Gauntlet.
Hmm, hmm. I guess that's a pretty anticipated card as well. Thanos, Infinity Gauntlet, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are these reflavored cards. I think some of the reflavors are more fun than others. Like some of them are just delightful. They're on a lot of different planes. Like Capenna shows up a lot because there's a lot of citizens and cities and stuff like that. But Kamigawa, Thunder Junction, anywhere that there's like some technology, there are a lot of cards that were in Spider-Man that are reflavored to be on an existing Magic plane. They're just from a huge variety of planes, no cohesion within the set. It's just anything can happen. We're through the Omen Paths. We're any set, anytime.
Yeah. And like with old core sets, we have a bunch of cards that aren't really clear what plane they're on. A couple of
Yeah.
them seem to be, similar theoretical planes, like plane with lots of spiders, or,
Yeah, there's a lot of those. Yeah.
in old core sets, we had like this plane with the bone chapel.
The Through the Open Path cards seem to have like more specific magic player appealing flavor. I don't know how to say that. Whereas like a core set is like really resonant stuff. Like I'm a soldier, I have a shield, and I have a cool symbol on my shield. I'm a goblin, and I'm mean mugging the camera, and I'm like a generic weirdo. These are like, no, this is a person on Capenna who has this job. If you don't know what Capenna is, this may or may not seem like nonsense.
Yeah.
You even noted in our notes here that the whatever plane the End Riders come from, the like Mad Max team from Aether Drift.
Yeah. We've got a couple of characters showing up as well. There's Quintorius and Liliana showing up.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to get through as many as we can. I'm not quite sure how long it takes to reflavor a card. This is kind of a new task for me. And what do you want to tackle first?
Um, I wanted to do shortly after we talked about doing this episode
Hmm.
was a doctor from Doctor Who.
Ah.
So that's one of the types that would definitely you'd have to reflavor the Time Lord type.
Hmm.
But also think about the mechanical tie-ins with that. How are you reflavoring all the Doctor's companions cards to work with all of like why are you pairing them with a Time Lord Doctor?
Hmm. Okay.
The first card we have here is the Eighth Doctor, 4 white blue, legendary creature, Time Lord Doctor.
Hmm.
It has when the Eighth Doctor enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. Once during each of your turns, you may play a historic land or cast a historic permanent spell from your graveyard. If you do, it gains if this permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. And it's a 4/4.
All right, so mechanically, we don't have that many, except for the creature type, we don't have that many restrictions because this just enters, mills some cards, and then you get to Muldrotha. You get to cast a thing out of your graveyard, a historic thing out of your graveyard every turn.
Historic.
Flavor wise, this makes me think of some sort of civilization or group that knows how to travel through time. I think of this as being more of like an alien sort of race rather than just humans.
My thought was to make it kind of effectively another class type
Hmm.
so that like this is a type like a person who does this thing that is also a doctor, whatever that means. This type would also have to be usable on all the other doctors and all
Yeah.
the other Time Lords.
Yeah, there are 29 Time Lord cards. Wow.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Well, you have what 16 doctors and like 5 masters or something like that, and then the
Oh,
Rani.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of doctors kicking, or a lot of Time Lords kicking around.
Okay, okay, okay.
It also has to be paired with the Doctor type, which I believe we can't actually change because do we have Doctor on any other cards?
It's a normal type, yeah. And only the doctors are doctor, thankfully. There's some Time Lord nobles, soldiers, rogues.
Okay, yeah. Oh no, we have one non-universes beyond Doctor, which means we can't change the Doctor type on any of these Time Lord Doctors.
Oh.
Thanks to Duskmorn. Uh,
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
yeah, there's one in Duskmorn and one in
Cult healer.
Fallout. So
I
whatever
did.
we're doing, we're replacing Time Lord, but not Doctor.
Okay, yeah, that seems fine. So we need like yeah, so doctor stays the same. So you wanted to have like traveler doctor and have no species type.
Yeah,
And so the actual art and flavor is a free for all on all the time lords.
yeah, it gives a lot more space to play with, and also for the cards that care about Time Lord Doctors.
Okay.
Like, I like the idea of like Traveler, or we can't use Drix. That's an existing magic type, right?
Yeah, I was thinking Drix are really like exactly the kind
Drix,
of strange thing
Drix,
that I'm looking for.
but that would be a mechanical change.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, we kind of do have to make something up, right? It can't be something that already exists out there.
Yeah, it's whether you think it should be a species or whether you
Species.
want them to be species free.
Oh, what's a good synonym for Traveler?
What differentiates them from Drix? How do we want to do they have two arms? Like do they have normal eyes? Like are we going to give them all kind of like funny or not funny, but alien sort of features or what are you thinking?
I just got the picture of, like, you know how Rayman has the floating hands?
Oh, Rayman like the
Like
video game.
like the video game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, some sort of creature like that.
Well, Rayman the video game character is like a floating head, a hovering torso and then floating hands and feet. And then he animates as though he has limbs,
But doesn't.
but doesn't. Yeah, yeah. Temporal, quantum, I don't know. Fleeting.
Maybe it might be worth to think of, like, uh, unused fairy tale or, like, folklore type ideas.
Ah, okay. How are the companion do the companions just have normal creature types?
Yeah,
Or
the
do they have a
companions
companion?
are, like, human scientist, human
Oh,
citizen.
okay.
Actually, I think they're
Hmm.
all humans, I think. Oh,
Hmm.
there is a robot dog, and a Time Lord scientist.
Oh, okay.
So this creature type interacts with humans and itself.
So the flavor is that they're these like this powerful race that is able to travel through time, repair things because they're doctors, and they often bring humans along because humans have caused a lot of problems and need to help fixing the timeline. I don't know.
Maybe. I've got a wild shot here.
Sure. Yeah. What are you thinking?
Uh, pet.
Pet, like PET.
Yes, where it kind of reverses the pairing here, where it's like all these doctors are actually the familiars to whatever they reflavor the companions to.
I guess then the doctors are often more powerful cards than the
That's
companions, but maybe that's true for pets. If you have a pet
what if
rhino, that's more powerful
what
than a
if
human.
yeah, I mean they're all gonna be doctors, but like
Oh, that's
what if
true.
we tried to do some Ikoria flavor here?
Hmm.
You have like the Bonders.
Yeah, bonded construct or something. Bonded anomaly. I don't know.
Ooh, I like Anomaly. Wait, is Anomaly an existing type? Just Anomaly, Doctor, and then you have Bonded Anomaly as the ability, the companion ability.
Yeah. Okay.
And we need a name for this one.
Do we try to keep the number 8? We probably, like, literally can't. We probably have to do the opposite of keeping the 8.
Yeah, I bet we have to just think of something else.
But it should be a thing that there would be that many of. Like,
Yeah, there needs to be like 26 Anomaly.
so A portion of
Uh,
the anomalies
yeah,
are this grouped type or whatever.
are doctors,
Yeah, and then the other half are
not
whatever.
doctors. No, I was trying to see if there was a funny lineup between the number of Time Lords and the number of letters.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the cruise control for cool would just use, like, Greek letters like alpha and
Yeah.
theta and
Something that cares about the past, with historic. They don't all care about historic. Like the doctors care about all sorts of different things. Um,
Yeah, I guess even if they're not numbered, maybe they also have "the" in there somewhere. Like
yeah,
the
like the
like
window to the past.
Yeah. Yeah, they could be kind of mysteriously named, yeah. That's the window to the past, yeah, they all have, like, abstract non-person names.
Yeah,
Uh,
like they're anomalies. So
okay, okay, okay. Alrighty. The window to the past, legendary creature, anomaly doctor, that's crazy. And then we're
um,
thinking these are sort of
mm,
like semi-corporeal creatures. They have, like, some physical features, some
yeah.
hovering, whatever. Maybe all the ones that are doctors have some common thing to them.
I'm gonna say, for our like art brief for this would be like a semi corporeal creature that shows a like ruined, like a half ruined, half pristine city.
Hmm, 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 hmm.
Do we want to move on to our
Yeah.
second card?
Our next one, this is from Assassin's Creed. I think it gave us kind of an easy one for this one. Ballad of the Black Flag, one blue blue, and then has three chapters that are all the same, one, two, three. Mill three cards. You may put a historic card from among them into your hand. And then a chapter four, historic spells you cast this turn cost two less to cast. I feel like this was already like a Brothers War card or something, or like a Dominaria saga or something.
Yeah, I mean, like I want to throw one out here that would be like pretty an example of like how this one could even potentially be just reprinted. I think with no name change and just like an art change.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. That's
and
true.
some of
Yeah.
the cards, some of the cards in Through the Omen Paths don't change their names. I think we have like
Hmm.
uh, supportive parents.
Oh, okay. Yeah. A couple cards don't have to change their names. Yeah. Spectacular technique or something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess the Ballad of the Black Flag is we do have to change the name.
yeah. We could give it some Ixalan flavor. That's where pirates already are.
Hmm.
There's
What's
there's
the
history in that
furthest
world.
from pirates that we could get?
Yeah, if we do have to change the name, we could go with Kamigawa.
Okay.
What's more opposite than pirates than ninjas?
Oh, okay. So you're raiding someone's office and you're digging through stuff and then stealing it.
Yeah, historical filing.
Hmm,
Uh,
hmm, hmm, hmm.
actually, we could do some Tamio because Tamio's very, very much mill history flavor.
Hmm.
Do you like uh Tale of Tamio's? Nope, Tale of Tamio's already a magic card. I'm calling it. Is that? Yep. Tale of Tamio is a card that mills cards and then lets you copy them from your graveyard.
And then let you pick them up. Yeah. Yeah, it is quite similar to this too. A four
Uh,
chapter thing where three of the same milieu, and then the
yep.
fourth one like makes you
And the
storm
fourth
off.
one gets you back. Memnarch's recordings. Got Memnarch from Mirrodin, blue coated, would care about artifacts, digging through like Karn's old records of the multiverse.
Yeah, yeah. I guess Karn, yeah, Karn is in the same area. They try to keep Karn from having colored permanents, but maybe, yeah, I think that's not bad. That's not bad. I guess Teferi would probably have a lot of records of that kind of stuff too,
Yeah.
and is more blue than Karn. Because Teferi might be able to pick an actual event to base this
Ooh.
saga off of. You know what I mean?
Um. Yeah, when Teferi goes back and watches the Brothers' War
Mm,
in
mm, mm, mm.
Brothers' War.
Uh-oh, did we bump into another existing saga again?
Uh, yeah, but we can call this like
Hmm.
the temporal anchor.
Yeah, using the anchor or something like that. This is good.
Uh,
Tying it to an existing thing that a saga might be made of, yeah.
uses Teferi drops anchor.
I guess this could go further back. Teferi and Joyra, like, they unearthed the Weatherlight, in Dominaria United.
Oh, that
They found that, and they got that ready for the new Phyrexian War.
do we have a card that's like recover the weatherlight?
Seems like we probably should, but I only remember it from reading the story, so I'm not sure.
We've got board the weatherlight, but we don't have recover the weatherlight. So I'm very happy with recover the weatherlight as a card name here.
Yeah, this is like
We did end up back at ships. Yeah, and then you have your art brief of just Teferi and Joyra unearth like mining, digging for the weatherlight,
yeah,
or however they
if
did
you
it.
could fit a tree person in there, you could have that in there too. Yeah. That's what we're really here for. It's not just like a saga that's like abstractly true, but like, hey, what's the thing that they mentioned in the story that didn't get a card yet? This is
Yeah,
almost like what they would do with like commander decks for a while. It's just like bring back old characters that never got a card.
yeah, like Fraley's or
Or like Jared and
Jared.
the comic book characters, yeah.
Yeah. Here we're going on to our next one. This
Hmm.
one I think is a little bit hard mode.
Oh.
It's Zarnankand, Ancient Metropolis.
Hmm.
It is a land town with an adventure of lasting faith with a Y.
Spelled cool.
4 green green sorcery adventure. Create a 1/1 hero creature token. Put a
Hmm.
+1/+1 counter on it for each land you control. And then the land side tap add green.
What Magic Planes
Uh,
have the most towns on them?
my first thought is for things that make me think of towns are Innistrad and Eldraine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess Bloomborough if we wanted to, but Bloomborough we'd kind of want to see a.
Bloomburrow has villages, and
Hmm. Okay.
I guess they have a
Okay.
city. They have Three Tree City.
I think also again Bloomborough, you want to see like an animal type on there. Hero is not good enough.
I like seeing Hero for Bloomburrow with
Oh,
the
really?
like,
Okay.
Valiant stuff.
Oh, like Mouse Hero, sign me up. But just Hero, mm.
I'm down on having the cycle of towns. One cycle on Eldraine and one cycle on Innistrad.
Yeah, I think cycle wise, there's 10 commons, and then there's 5 rares, and then maybe like 7 randos
Yeah.
that aren't part of a cycle. I don't think town is that specific to Final Fantasy, and also not that foreign to Magic. So keeping town seems legal to me.
Yeah, I think the
Okay.
only things we have to change here are names.
So why would there be heroes as like a neutral concept? There are just many heroes suddenly where there weren't before. I guess
Well,
Innistrad, the humans are finally winning. I don't know.
there's one hero that's very big if you control a lot of land. That's the
Oh
adventure.
yeah, yeah, this particular one, yeah, is
This particular
one
one.
one large hero, yeah.
I'm thinking like this is like Jack and the Beanstalk
Oh, okay, yeah,
thing. The lots of lands are the giant beanstalks.
okay, yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
so the other ones in the cycle, these are all pretty generic. Oh, except for the wizard one, which has the wizard Final Fantasy text of like, when you cast a non-creature, deal a damage. The rest of them could go anywhere.
Wizards could easily go on Eldraine as well.
Yeah, wizards on Innistrad are typically more mad scientists, though dealing 1 damage is maybe
A little bit mad
a
scientist.
little mad
Yeah,
science. Yeah, yeah.
especially in black.
Yeah, so is there a thing I guess you could try to pick a specific fable for each of these, like or just like a character in a fable for each of these 5 adventures, or a particular thing that a person did on each of these adventures. Did someone eat something in a fable where they like grew big?
I mean, Alice in
Yeah.
Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's magic, so you're putting a twist on these
Yeah,
things, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because in Wilds of Eldraine, we had the Jack and the Beanstalk equivalent, which was Troyan, who is a Vidalcan from
Yeah.
the Simic Guild on Ravnica, right?
Yeah, an early traveler, yeah.
So maybe we could have this be Troyan's experiment as the adventure,
Hmm.
and then have it be like Beanstalk Field, because this is not a legendary land.
No, no. They are kind of flavored to be kind of legendary, or they're
Yeah,
named after specific things, Xanarkand and Midgar and Lindblum. But yeah. The land itself does not have to be that. So it could be like the field of beans. I don't know.
yeah. Field of I like the idea of Field of Beans,
Field of beans.
Beanstalk Field,
Sure.
and
Eating the beans.
eat the beans. Oh, I like that. That's fun.
Okay, okay, okay.
Eat the beans. You become a giant hero when you eat the beans, and the more lands you've planted, the more beans you get to eat.
All right, all right, all right, all right. That's good for me.
That that works out.
All right, next up we've got fourth Aerlingus, one of the like top 20 cube cards these days. This was a commander card from the Lord of the Rings set, and it's X red white for a sorcery. Create X 2/2 red human knight creature tokens with trample and haste. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to one or more players this turn, you become the monarch. So, hasty human knights. Are we back on Eldraine?
You have found my premeditated thoughts for this card.
And then monarch. Someday maybe we get the Will versus Rowan war or whatever.
I think you have found the thoughts I had when I added
Oh,
this
okay,
card to our
okay,
list.
okay, okay. Yeah, so this would probably be flavored after like a lieutenant of Rowan who is red white. She's probably going to be, maybe she'll be three color. Maybe she'll go
Mardu
full Mardu. Yeah.
could also just be an off-color card for her. You
Yeah.
get those in a set sometimes when you have, lots of cards for two big factions.
It is funny to imagine like through the open pathings of this and then it being like in booster draft and in standard. It feels like that would define an environment having fourth Aerlingus in anything less than eternal kind of format.
We could have this in like a, modern remaster set, right?
Sure, yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no saying that this has to go in standard.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I guess I'm just thinking like this would have to be straight to timeless on Arena. Like
Yeah.
we're skipping historic. We're just going all the way there. Uh there aren't that many other planes that I feel like have like these hasty knights. I guess Dominaria you can do anything you want on.
I could potentially see a Lara and like a new
Hmm. Like a remixed
Naya. You'd have to be on
Naya.
Naya.
Yeah. Meriden, I guess Meriden merged with Zalfir, so this could be Zalfirin. We already have Teferi in here though, so we don't
But
have
they're
to.
rebels
Well, they won't
historically.
be rebels now. They'll be like the old Mirage and Visions knights, like flanking people.
That's true. Oh, here we go. The Edge from Edge of Eternities, the Sunstar
Mm,
Free Company.
okay.
Uh, those are very white X knights. I think
Hmm.
they're white black for the most part, but
Hmm. Yeah.
Sunstar could very easily have a red flavor. Otherwise, yeah, the only things I'm really seeing are gonna be Eldraine here.
Yeah. All right. I think Eldraine's good, but let's try to forecast a cool moment in the story. Does that make sense?
Clearly at some point they have to have a fight over like Castle Ardenvale.
Invasion of Ardenvale. Not invasion. That's a battle thing. But
So it's the Circle of Loyalty is the Ardenvale special artifact.
yeah, it was the High Quest. Yeah, the High Quest was the thing. But because what the thing that I'm thinking of is like these knights charging forward, at least
Yeah,
temporarily secure Rowan as the Queen of Eldraine.
as the Queen of. Yeah,
because she becomes the monarch. This card makes you the monarch.
makes you
So
the
that
monarch.
yeah, that's the thing that I'm trying to wire up here.
Um, you could do like seizure of the throne.
Yeah, what's the court that they live in normally?
Is there a name for the throne? Castle Ardenvale is the court that they're in.
Yeah, seize Castle Ardenvale or yeah,
It is called the Throne of Eldraine. Um,
yeah.
I mean, having this a little bit more generic name flavor, so they can reprint it in other sets with thrones would be fine, right? And then just in this specific card, you have the art brief of Rowan leading knights into Castle
Yeah.
Ardenvale.
I guess seizing the throne. Yeah. Or
Yeah,
seize the
like just
throne.
seize the throne, however you spell that.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe the art and flavor.
And then
Yeah.
art brief is Rowan not it auto corrected Rowan to brown.
Don't love that.
Rowan leads knights into Castle Ardenvale.
All right. Now we got another one that will require some reflavoring. You pulled out one of the 40k cards. What's that?
Yeah, so we've got Anrakir the Traveler, 4 black for a legendary artifact creature Necron. It has a flavor word, which I'm going to ignore for this, and it says whenever this creature attacks, you may cast an artifact spell from your hand or graveyard by paying life equal to its mana value rather than
Hmm.
playing its mana cost. It's a 4/4. So we got to replace Necron. We got to replace the name.
I guess these days when I think black artifacts, I think like the Duskmourn Aether Drift people, like the creepy doll,
Oh,
possessed doll.
the speed demons.
Yeah, yeah. Like possessed machines.
My thought went to Tezzeret
Tezzeret's inventing some kind of new life form.
coming back from the edge with a bizarre creature type.
It's another one that had a decent number of cards. There are 23 Necrons. And some of them are cards that I see occasionally.
They can be nobles, they can be wizards.
Oh, so they have to keep like humanoidness probably so that they can be
Yeah.
nobles or whatever. They're sort of either undead like they are here or facsimiles of humans that can or facsimiles of humanoids that can have personality, that can have jobs, that can have stuff like that.
The thing that makes me instantly go to is Phyrexians, but that would be a
Mm.
mechanical shakeup. We get a bunch of new, pretty good Phyrexian cards
Merge
after
types,
they
yeah.
added the Phyrexian type.
You think they'll ever do that for any of these reflavors? Do you think they'll ever just make Astartes humans or Necrons for Exians or something?
I mean, we've already had a bunch of cards that didn't have the Phyrexian type that now do, and that was
Hmm.
fine.
Yeah.
Um, they were already flavorfully Phyrexians, but
Is that a
uh,
better strategy? That's a good question. Is it better instead of creating little nonsense types to just say like, "Hey, we've done these creature type updates in the past. The Warhammer set we're not doing again. It was 8 years ago. They're all Phyrexians now. Tyranids are all insects. Go nuts."
there's a world where they do that, especially if they do not see doing another set with any of these types ever again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If we could see it happening, maybe that's possible that Necron would be Phyrexian or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think coming up with like a funny name or a clever name for either Tezzeret's new life forms that he's creating for his army or some Duskmourn haunted robot toy people. Um,
Yeah. I like the Tezzeret angle a little bit more because we already have, like, if it's a haunted toy, you'd just do, like, spirit toy, right?
hmm. Yeah, I guess Valgavoth is maybe not that likely to create a whole race of other stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. I think Tezzeret is also much more likely to have a consistent name for the Tezzeret bots.
All right, then help us synthesize a fake word that Tezzeret would make up. That's if that's what you want to do, you got to help figure it out.
Oh gosh, yeah. God.
Does
Uh
Tezzeret is Tezzeret creating these to be superior life forms or to be like slave life forms. You know what I mean?
I think Tezzeret would want something he can control. He's got a big thing with controlling his own actions right now. So I think if Tezzeret's creating anything, it's something he has power over of.
Hmm. Some of these are pretty big. Yeah, some of these Necrons, there's like a 6/6 Necron. There's like well, I guess a lot of them aren't that big. 2/5, 4/6, 3/3, 3/2.
I mean, I think they could be physically powerful, but flavorfully he has like ultimate control over them.
Hmm. Okay. So, what is Tez calling these things?
I want to do like some play on Dark Steel, maybe
Steelborn.
Steelborn, Damascus.
It's pretty real world.
That's pretty real world. Uh,
I guess all languages, but
Maybe something. Oh, what's the end stone?
do we know the creature that took the end stone? I actually, when I read it, I was not clear as to who came and snatched the end stone.
Something. It was very unclear. Maybe Exotech, like EXOTECH, exotic technology. How do we feel about having a capital T in the middle of that word?
That probably makes it feel more like a robot and less like
Like a
a
brand.
construct, and I think he's a little more constructy. This feels like Tezzeret's brand of constructs is what we're trying to make here.
Yeah. I've just started deleting letters and I've got to something close to the word epoch, but with an X instead of a P. Um,
Exoc.
Exoc.
Probably the hardest part has been coming up with a novel alien creature type name.
Yeah.
Like, could we make up Drix in under 3 hours? I don't know.
Probably not. I mean, that's why there's a whole team at Wizard.
All right, so let's go with Exoc, and maybe
Let's
we'll
go
keep it wherever
Exoc.
we want. And so we've got a legendary one of them.
Yeah.
So these are like the lieutenants of Tezzeret. Then we need a nonsense name.
We need
Oh
a
no.
nonsense name of an Exoc that
Hmm.
cast artifact spells from hands or graveyard by paying life.
Yeah, so this is like forging a new this is building a fortress. This what is this thing's job? This thing is trying to salvage a world that's been
It's
destroyed and build a new thing. This is terraforming almost. This is because it's sort of taking things that already exist and letting you accelerate them.
from hand or graveyard, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So maybe it's like installing technology.
Yeah, it's a herald or something. Yeah.
Yeah, Herald. Ooh, like Steel Herald.
Hmm. The so we have to put the if it's legendary, right?
No, you can do a comma.
Oh, okay. You're thinking we still put
The
a name in
name,
there.
comma,
Oh, okay.
Steel Herald. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
know what the Tezzeret name aesthetic is. Like, I'm not calibrated on what
no,
things Tezzeret
it
related.
would be Esper inspired, right?
Oh, okay.
Uh, if we can look at names on in Esper.
Hmm, hmm,
So back
hmm.
then we didn't get all sorts of legendary creatures and creatures with names all over.
Yeah, the place names aren't nonsense. They're just words like cesspools, Cloud Heath, Crypt of Knowledge. All right, some names. Tiln, like kiln, but with a T. Palandius. Just looking for any name. I guess Vectis.
Carmot.
Hmm. And the actual cards Sharum, Crucius, Silas Wren.
Honestly, seeing a lot of the Esper names, maybe just the Steel Herald.
Yeah, sure. You have like four of these the steel blanks.
Yeah, how many Necrons do we have that are legendary?
I think about three. Let me check.
Five.
Oh, yeah.
Brazen,
Okay.
Zarek, uh, Illuminator Zerus, and then the one we're working on. So we got five. That's we can have five things that are blank.
Hmm.
The Steel blank, the
Yeah.
Steel Herald, the Steel
Ship it.
Immortal, the Steel.
All right. I want to do rapid fire. Juliet, Picked out a couple. We're going to do like 1 to 2 minutes on these. First one is Bill Ferny Bree Swindler. This is a Lord of the Rings card that when he becomes blocked, you can either get treasure or gain control of a horse and give your opponent some treasure. Who is stealing horses outside of Lord of the Rings?
W- We've got Kellen, or Kellen's not blue.
Sometimes blue.
He's sometimes blue. Someone from
Tarkir has horses. Or yeah, Thunder Junction. Yeah, Thunder
Thunder
Junction.
Junction was my thought.
Yeah, okay. Some Thunder Junction human rogue. Is there one note that we can have about this character that's different about them? They're not
Uh,
a brief swindler, they're a honest merchant. They're a convincing salesman.
they care for horses. They're like the person who takes care of all the horses.
Oh wait, you give away a horse to get
You
treasure.
give away a
Oh,
horse. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, forceful salesman, yeah. All right, the Arcoflagellant. This
That's
is
cool.
2 and a black for a 3/1 human with squad, which means you can make a couple copies of it. Can't block, pay 3 life, it becomes indestructible. What is the black squattable? You're gonna have 5 of these guys that you can pay life to make them indestructible.
Esper soldiers.
They're not artifacts.
Not everything on Esper is an artifact.
Oh, okay, okay. I guess I'm also thinking like that Endres place wherever the Mad Max people are from.
Yeah, I can see those. End runners. End runner race squad.
And the last one here, the Capitoline Triad, which is a 10 mana 7/7, is cheaper for each historic card in your graveyard, and then you can exile 30 mana worth of cards in your graveyard to get an emblem that makes all your creatures gigantic. So this is some giant colorless thing. It's a god artificer.
Who made the cobbled wings in Theros?
We get a colorless Theros god, you're thinking?
Sure.
Hmm.
Wings of Hubris, which Dalakos is the in-world name. I can make this
Delacoste is a merfolk.
a merfolk.
Or
Huh.
did he ascend?
Yeah, we're saying he ascended.
He ascended. Delacoste shed his colors and became a super god.
I mean, his imagination soars from the depths of the sea to the heights of the heavens.
All right, there we go. And I guess it's a triad. Or it doesn't have to be a triad. It could
Doesn't have
just
to
be
be a triad.
Delacoste. All right. What was your favorite reflavor?
I think I like Fourth Aerolingus or Seize
Okay.
the Throne.
Okay. Eat the Beans as an adventure
Eat the
name.
beans. Do
I'm
like
I'm
eating
sold on
beans.
that name for an adventure. That feels like the name of an adventure. Before we get out of here, I want to remind people of some of the stuff they can get up to. One of those is our monthly design challenge. And for September, we've got Hit the Books, back to school, design a card with a 3-card spell book. And then all the cards in the spell book should be canon cards. Spell book, this is mostly an arena thing. This is saying, like, when this card enters the battlefield, pick from Giant Growth or Naturalize or whatever, and put one of those in your hand or cast them or whatever. Juliet also brought up that there's like Garth One Eye, which is a legend who can basically cast one of 5 cards from Alpha. So we're looking for spell books. We're looking for 3 cards in the spell book. Did you already do one for this, or we?
I for once I don't. It's like the 10th, and I don't have a card for the design
Oh
challenge.
no! Oh no!
I am so lost as to what to do for this.
If anyone doesn't want to make a card but does have an idea for a card, they should ping you and say, "Hey, do this card,"
Yeah,
and you'll be, "Oh, thank you."
yeah, no.
Maybe we need some universes beyond inspiration. We got to start with
Oh,
what's a universe beyond card? Starting with a book.
books. Maybe I need to design another Princess Bride card.
Oh, okay. 3 anecdotes from Princess Bride. How do you make those in a
3
card?
sorceries or something that could be Princess Bride reflavored. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. The bonus points on that one: common knowledge, the submission or the spellbook cards are common. So, a rare that gives you a choice of some commons, or if you want hard mode, a common that somehow grants you access to some rares. And then School of Fish, the cards of Merfolk or cares about Merfolk, or a bonus here, Gifts of Fish. So School of Fish here, give us something Merfolky, or at least Gifts of Fish. Sorry, burn down your village. Here's a fish. That'll be due September 26th. You Make the Pack is also still up and running and still going strong. People are just
That's
submitting
the
20 cards every slot, and it's a crazy mayhem. Tons of feedback, tons of collaboration. Do you have a favorite from You Make the Pack so far? Anything that stood out to you?
I mean, of course, all of my cards are my favorite,
Okay.
but I'm a big fan of Tallow Grove Witch.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. That's one of the ones that got in, right?
yeah, it's one of the ones that got in. It's a red-white hybrid
Mm.
card at uncommon. It does stuff with enchantments.
Oh, okay.
Big fan of all of those things.
Alrighty. Yeah, so hop on, You Make the Pack. Got another week or two before we go to record our green white legacy cube thing. Here we're asking for very high power cards. Give us green white cards that are powerful enough to make it in like a full strength cube. You got to be able to beat Arwen. You got to be able to beat other really powerful green white cards to maybe even be better than the existing green white cards. Maybe you got to actually tangle with the gold cards from other colors to bring people into green white to make them interested in playing green white in cubes that often don't.
I'm thinking about dropping another mana pip off of my card to make it even stronger.
Yeah, I think people like start designing uncommons or maybe like wordy commanders or whatever, and that's like a starting point. And then they sort of learn, oh, set design, and then they like migrate down to how do I make a really satisfying simple common. And then you kind of have to learn like, well, what's a rare that could get played in standard, and that'll fill out my skill set. And we need something separate from all those skill sets. We need something like that hits very hard, is very powerful, too powerful, maybe mistake level. You're competing with like a Oko or something. Like you maybe don't want to play this card win the game, but you want something that will compete with cards that are about as strong as Magic has ever made. But yeah, that'll be about it for the podcast for the week. Hop on the Discord, all kinds of action in there. Thanks for coming on, Khord.
Yeah.
Anything you want to tell people about? We kind of any music you've been up to or anything like that?
Getting to work on my album release for this year. I'm probably a couple months out from getting that out, hopefully before
All right.
December. Um, you'll find that at my link tree, which will be in the show notes. It's
Love
Khord
that.
22. I'm Khord 22. Basically anywhere you want to find me.
Love it.
Other than that, I don't think I got much. There's some secret projects I'm working on with other people, but they're secret for now.
Alrighty. If you want to get in contact with me, I'm also on the Discord. You can usually find me at Tim F. Riley in various places, Blue Sky, stuff like that as well. And I'd love to hear from you. And also, thanks everyone for listening.